Hey everyone, Olivia here, and I'm presenting my third CEER titled Competitive Sport Involvement and Substance Use Among Adolescents, a Nationwide Study. The empirical research examining the impact of sports participation on alcohol and other drug use has produced mixed results. Part of this problem may be the result of how different types of sports participation create different experiences that shape certain types of behaviors that either facilitate or deter substance use. There is an unsettled debate regarding the role of sport in the development of adolescents and young adults. One side of this debate views sports as connecting participants to pro-social adults and peers, while the other side of the debate views sport as an institution that socializes participants to a set of normative behaviors that either facilitates counterconformity, such as deviance, as in binge drinking is acceptable for football players, or overconformity, or positive deviance, which can be using performance-enhancing drugs to be the best, which both can lead to negative social and health-related outcomes. Only recently have quantitative studies begun to analyze social and health-related outcomes among participants and the type of sport they play. It has been suggested that the higher propensity to consume alcohol among participants in contact sports is that their respective sport involves more anaerobic effort, which may cultivate a belief that their athletic performance will not be stifled by alcohol consumption. In particular, sports that involve continual violent contact, such as football, socialize youth to view pain, violence, and risk as normative features within the sporting context that may influence risky behavior off the playing field. Sports that involve minimal or no contact are known for their sustainability of fitness for participants across the life course. The main objective for this investigation is to examine the relationship between sports participation and substance use among adolescents and young adults. Although this research project can't resolve the ongoing debate that I previously mentioned, it sheds light on the complex relationship between sport participation and substance use by categorizing sport by the level of contact that participants are expected to endure within different types of sports. The data analyzed here were collected as part of the Monitoring the Future study of American secondary school students, which is an annual cross-sectional survey conducted by the University of Michigan's Institute for Social Research. This study, the Monitoring the Future study, surveys 8th, 10th, and 12th grade students on a range of different topics like substance use, academic performance, and competitive sports participation. And this study utilized the Monitoring the Future data collected from 8th and 10th grade students during 2010 and 2011. These were the measures used in the study. I would like to be brief, so if you would like to read them, that's fine. The first two measure 30-day prevalence and early onset of being drunk, cigarette use, smoking marijuana, and using other types of illicit drugs. And then the last two bullets there are the independent variables. Competitive sports split up into high contact, semi-contact, and non-contact sports, as well as variables that were controlled for in the models. Respondents who participated in competitive sports on a global level have a higher odds of getting drunk over the past 30 days when compared to non-participants. Respondents who participated in competitive sports also have a higher odds of indicating earlier onset of getting drunk. Participation in competitive sports was not found to be associated with 30-day prevalence or early onset of cigarette use, marijuana use, and other illicit drug use. Respondents who participated in high-contact sports had a higher odds of 30-day prevalence of getting drunk, smoking cigarettes, and smoking marijuana when compared to their peers who did not participate in these types of sports. Similarly, the odds were higher for respondents who participated in high-contact sports to initiate substance use at younger ages in regards to getting drunk, smoking cigarettes, smoking marijuana, and using other illicit drugs. Interestingly, only two other highly significant results emerged among respondents who participated in different types of competitive sports. Namely, respondents who participated in non-contact sports had a lower odds of 30-day prevalence of smoking cigarettes and smoking marijuana. Additionally, competitive sports participation was positively associated with getting drunk during the past 30 days, or in the past 30 days. In fact, the odds of getting drunk during the past 30 days were nearly 50% higher for sports participants than non-participants. The odds of 30-day prevalence of getting drunk and smoking cigarettes are higher for respondents who participated in high-contact sports, while the odds of 30-day prevalence of smoking cigarettes or marijuana are lower for respondents who participated in non-contact sports. In sum, this is the first quantitative study using a large national sample to examine a relationship between different levels of contact and sports participation and substance use among secondary school students. It was found that the overall effect of sports participation revealed little protective effect for substance use. Competitive sports participation can either inhibit or amplify substance use, but it depends on which kind of sport adolescents are involved with. Finally, and problematically, it appears that participants in high-contact sports are an influential force driving the relationship between sports participation and substance use, especially since football is the most popular sport in the US among high school boys. Thanks for watching.